And the boys for the NYPD choir were singing Galloway Bay, and the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day. I wonder if I get a strike for singing that.
You're crazy. Am I? Yes. Am I? Yes. Am I?
So once again, it's about that time of year. Christmas is around the corner. And the classic song, Fairy Tale of New York, is on the airwaves, yeah? And all I can say is if you don't know that song, then I personally would sign your deportation papers, because you couldn't get more Britishness than that when it comes to Christmas, right? Anyway, and once again, it's come under scrutiny by the PC Brigade, all right, for the lyrics. And I wouldn't even say for the lyrics. I would say it's because of two words in the song, right? And those two words are, one of them is, and the other one is, right? Now, when you look at the context and how those words are used, it's between two people who are singing towards each other. You've got a male and a female singing at each other. And so it's not particularly aimed at any group or anybody. It's just two words that they used, right? But anyhow, the BBC feel that on BBC Radio 1, they want to censor the words. And on BBC Radio 2, they don't really give monkeys. So they left the original version. Fair enough. Okay. So why all the controversy? And for me, the controversy is stemmed from what I would say is the motive or the reason for the words themselves, right? In the sense that this, right? If you see the words as just being curse words, right? And the BBC are deeming these words just to be like curse words, like, you know, fuck and things like that, and all they're doing is bleating out the words, they're fair enough, right? You know what I mean? I'll end the video right here and stop, put an end to it. But unfortunately, it seems that the reason for censoring the words, yeah. Oh, actually, let me pause here. The words themselves, right? These two words are what I would say have two different kind of sentiments behind them. You see, like the word is a word that's specific to a group of people, and the word is just what I would say people see as misogynistic to women, right? So it is used as a slang or derogatory term for homosexuals and the LGBT community, and is, you know, misogynistic towards women. Right, this is what the claims are anyway so far, right? So for me, when the BBC say that we're going to censor the word, right, it means what they're saying is that well, these words are unacceptable words, and this is unacceptable language to be used on their platform because it's discriminatory towards groups of people, right? So then when I heard, or when a video came up of this English gentleman, yeah, who asked the question, then why is it that songs such as WAP, yeah, by Cardi B, and other songs by other black performers, how is it that they're allowed to, let's say, promote these very same ideals throughout their entire song, and they get airplay, right? If on the based on the notion that your platform does not want to promote misogynistic behavior or language, or it doesn't want to be seen as promoting discriminatory language towards LGBT or groups of people, yeah, how is it that this artist or an artist such as Cardi B, they can have songs rife with that kind of language, with that kind of context, yeah, and their songs are not even their songs. Them songs should be banned.
But they're playing a censored version. I thought, why? So I looked it up on Twitter, and it's because they don't offend minorities, sexuality and gender, basically, because the things they sing about. And but they're censoring a Christmas song because it's offending a minority group. Yet you can have grime music on there, and I think, and I may be wrong, but there was a song on Radio 1 not long ago, and was it Nicki Minaj? Or Mickey Minaj, whatever her name is, and she was singing about her vagina, basically, and selling her vagina, and I thought, what the fuck? And then you got grime music, and grime music basically is treating women like shit. Murder, violence, mayhem, robbing, money, drugs, and just being an out-and-out arsehole and being proud about it. So why the hell are they censoring a well-beloved Christmas song?
And it made me think again of the video, the TED Talks video that Michael Peters did. I'll put the link up here somewhere, right? And you can check that out. Because again, for me, it's by design, right? And when I say it's by design, yeah, when you look at the Fairy Tale of New York song and they edit out the word, what it is they have they changed the word, right? They don't just bleat it out, they actually change it. They take it from a word that's specific to a group and then put in a generic word, right? So when you hear it, so anyone that's listening to the song, it will not point to anyone. It's not aimed at anyone. A specific audience cannot be offended by it, right? But then you listen to someone like Cardi B's song and they'll use the N-word constantly, but they don't, right? What the BBC don't do is change the word. So just by bleating it out, it still kind of leaves who that word is aimed at in. If you get what I'm saying, if you know what I'm saying, yeah? They just bleated it out, but the audience still know who the word's aimed at, right? And again, it's one of those things where, and if you look at the word, and as for the likes of Cardi B and other rappers using misogynistic language towards women, again, the BBC are not being thorough here, or they're not following through with their claims against not promoting here. Because it seems to me now, yeah, that whereas my English gentleman argued, why is it that Fairy Tale of New York's being censored? My argument was kind of like, why isn't Cardi B being censored or getting thrown off the airwaves? And I'm not just picking on Cardi B, but I'm just using her as an example because she's probably the most popular one. As the fact that I think she won Woman of the Year or Song of the Year, or she's been held up as some kind of iconic idol for the songs that she puts out. And again, this is where now I'm going to start putting my tinfoil hat on and start talking about the psychological effect and why I believe that there's a certain agenda behind why artists like Cardi B can do what they do and say what they say. Yeah. Because it's specific to one group of people, and that happens to be the group that I'm a member of, yeah? The reason why they can do that is because they want to keep black people in a degenerative state, right? You know what I mean? You know, I remember, I think I did it in my other video, but I'm going to repeat it again. I remember when, I think it was Taylor Swift or Miley Cyrus, one of them two, when they were doing this kind of like running around on stage naked and putting out videos that were very hypersexualized, yeah, people put that to bed like that. You know what I'm saying, right? But Cardi B's come out, and all these other rappers now, they've all come out and doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Wearing scantily dressed clothes, talking about the pussy, and they're talking about sex and sucking dick and this, that, and the other. And people are, and the record labels are promoting it. But then Fairy Tale of New York says one little curse word here, and oh no, censor it, it's not acceptable on our platform. You know what I mean? It's either a supreme double standard, or like I said, I believe personally that it's an agenda. When you look at the psychological effect, yeah. Now I looked up the term psychological effect of music. Now, if you Google that, yeah, you will see many reports talking about how music can change the mindset of someone or can change the mood of people. So, for example, you could have someone who's listening to hard rock music or really strong EDM. If you were to follow their driving pattern compared to someone that's listening to maybe some Mozart or something that's easily listening, you'll find that person who's listening to the EDM will drive way more aggressively, right? So based on that kind of ideal and following through, if you keep going a bit, if you keep scratching and digging deeper and deeper and deeper, what I would say is that you can also see why if you get a group, if you get artists such as your Cardi B's and so on, so forth and so on, if they are constantly promoting degenerative behaviour about a group of people, then that degenerative talk will eventually at some point start to manifest within that group of people. Now, people might say, well, no, but I would argue this. Look at TikTok, look at Instagram, look at other little Snapchats and whatever, right? Go on any one of those sites there and you will see young women, especially young black women, and especially young black women and young black boys as well, and young black kids, all following in the steps of these so-called idols or so-called successful black people in the same behaviour patterns, yeah? When Cardi B started sticking out her tongue, all the young, when you see all these girls going out and partying, having their fun, what were they doing? Sticking out their tongue. You know what I mean? So they were following in the patterns. So to argue that it doesn't have a psychological effect, like I says, if you don't believe me, go and look at TikTok, look at the social media sites, see who the youngers are following or who they're idolising. It's the very same ratchet chat. Anyway, I'm starting to digress here anyway. But yeah, going back to the fairy tale in New York, banning the song, or not banning the song, censoring the song by changing the lyrics to make it more generic, is that a good thing or should have left it alone? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'm out.
Yes. Am I? Yes. Am I? Yes.